Most people are working more than they want to and still feel like they don't have enough time at work. This campaign is called Work Less, Live More, and it focuses on getting our time back by moving to a 4-day work week. This isn't about eliminating work. It's about using the technology we already have to improve our quality of life while still maintaining what needs to get done. And most importantly, this campaign is about action, getting people to show up physically at the local level to start pushing for this change. Living at a time where automation is everywhere. We see it in self-checkouts, ATMs, online banking, even in robotics in warehouses. So naturally, we would expect that with all this technology, we would reduce how much work we need to do. But instead, the opposite has happened. People are still working 40, 50, 60 hours a week. Expectations have increased. Burnout is rising, and many people feel like they have no time for themselves. That's the problem. But the opportunity here is this. If automation has increased productivity, then it also gives us the ability to rethink how much we actually need to work. A 4-day work week is not unrealistic. It's already possible. And as discussed in Inventing the Future, automation should reduce the amount of work that we have to do, not increase it. So how do we actually make this work? It comes down to structure. Businesses can move to a 4-day work week by using rotating schedules, like Monday through Thursday and Tuesday through Friday, and adding a third shift, such as Wednesday through Saturday, if additional coverage is needed. This keeps operations running without interruption. And we're already seeing versions of this in different industries, where fewer employees are able to maintain the same level of service with the help of technology. At the same time, automation is supporting much of the workload, allowing employees to focus more on managing systems rather than doing everything manually. Because of that, businesses can maintain productivity while reducing hours. And if productivity stays consistent, then pay should remain stable. That stability matters, not just for workers, but for the economy as well. Because when people continue earning, they continue spending. So the goal here is simple. Keep businesses running, keep income stable, and give people their time back. So what does this actually change for people? For workers, it means getting time back, time to be with family, time to rest, and time to focus on things outside of work. That leads to less burnout, better health, and a real improvement in overall quality of life. And for employers, the benefits are just as important. When employees are more rested, they show up with more energy, more focus, and a better attitude towards their work. That leads to higher morale and stronger retention. People are simply more likely to stay where they feel balanced and valued. So this isn't just about working less. It's about creating a better, more sustainable way to work for everyone. So if this makes sense, why hasn't this happened yet? It's because change doesn't happen on its own. It requires pressure. And that pressure doesn't come from just ideas. It comes from people. It starts small with groups of friends, co-workers, and neighbors who are willing to come together around something they all feel. But it just can't stop there. The next step is to show up, to be physically present at city council meetings and take part in the conversation. That's where this becomes real. That's where we propose something concrete, like a 4-day workweek pilot program. And this is important. This doesn't require a massive movement to begin. Even a small group showing up consistently can start to shift the conversation. Because when people show up consistently, it creates visibility. And visibility creates pressure. And pressure is what forces decision makers to pay attention. As we've seen in direct action, change doesn't happen because people agree. It happens because people become visible, organized, and willing to be seen, to not be ignored. And over time, that's how ideas that once seemed unrealistic start to become normal. To make this work, we have to be intentional about who we're reaching. The campaign focuses on people who are the most affected by long working hours, full-time workers, and parents. These are the individuals who feel the pressure the most and have the strongest reason to want to change. From a mindset perspective, we're focusing on people who already value work-life balance and are concerned about burnout. Behaviorally, we're targeting those who are open to a more flexible way of working. And geographically, this stays local because the goal is to bring people together in their own communities so they can actually show up and take action. This ensures we're focusing on people who are most likely to participate, not just agree. From that group, we take a differentiated targeting approach. Our primary focus is on parents and overworked workers because they are the most affected and the most motivated to push for change. Secondary support comes from community members who believe in improving working conditions, even if they're not directly impacted. It's also important to recognize where support and opposition comes from. Support will come from burnout workers and concerned parents, people who are all the strain of the current system. Opposition will likely come from employers and systems that benefit from the status quo. So instead of trying to convince strong opposition, the strategy here is to mobilize enough support to make that opposition less relevant. This campaign is positioned as practical, not radical. Work doesn't have to stop, and businesses don't shut down. It simply becomes more efficient. At the center of this is one clear message. Technology should give people their time back, not take more away from them. And we support that message with a key idea. Work less, live more. Productivity should benefit everyone. Modern tools should lead to modern schedules. Together, these ideas reinforce a simple point. This isn't about doing less. It's about living better. This only works if people take action. Organize your groups. Show up. Speak up. Start local. Because at the end of the day, this isn't just about working less. It's about finally using the technology we already have to live better lives. We don't have to wait for companies to do this for us. If we don't take the first step, nothing changes and the system stays exactly the same. But if we do, we don't just adjust to the future, we start shaping it. Thank you.